Welcome back. The CELO blockchain has now chose the Optimism stack for their blockchain ecosystem. This after months of a bake-off with other layer 2s deciding which one they're going to choose, as this is when we are also hearing from other prominent YouTubers here that they love Cardano, and we're going to get into all of that in just a few minutes. We also are going to be talking about Cardano's what this YouTuber calls BAG-ITIS. Gryphon Bitcoin mining, the stock ticker name GRYP, is also now announcing stock buybacks. This is one of the stocks that we've been talking about in the Bitcoin mining space, and now post-halving, I think that we are going to see some pretty interesting movement in this stock. So remember, nothing I say is financial advice, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. We're also going to be talking about Shiba Inu getting $12 million to fund project development. We have a lot to discuss in today's video. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. We upload every single day to bring you the latest happening in the financial world, and also give the video a free thumbs up, because thumbs up are free, but crypto is not. We're also now hearing that the New York Stock Exchange is testing views and comments on around-the-clock trading. As you guys know, crypto is really the only market globally that does trade 24/7, never shuts down. There's constant trading going on, and this makes it exciting for a lot of the crypto enthusiasts, right, and traders in the market, because there's constantly movement in the market and you can make money at any point in the day, or lose money for that matter. But now we're starting to hear the stock market talking about whether they want to do this or not. This poll comes as U.S. regulators review Steve Cohen's backed proposal for a 24/7 exchange. And whether this is going to happen or not, I don't know. But Robinhood technically already has 24-hour trading. I don't think it's actual trading. Keep in mind, the stock market is open from like 9 to 4, and then there's after hours trading and there's weekend trading, but these are on all derivative or side markets. It's not the actual stock market per se. And so 24-hour trading is really interesting. But just the other day, when there was massive volatility in the markets, Robinhood halted 24-hour trading, and this sent social media into a flurry about what in the Robinhood is going on here. So just this past week in April, an influencer took to X to address the 24-hour trading halt by Robinhood, saying Robinhood is saying 24-hour trading is currently unavailable. He said, "I think this is actually pretty normal and to be expected during what seems like a black swan event, and everyone freaking out about this doesn't understand the 24-hour trading product." He further explained that the halt is due to the intensity of selling, which is normal market occurrence. He noted that the Robinhood specific product and other brokers do not offer this service. He concluded the post by saying what this signals to him is that the following day is not going to be pretty for the broader market if Robinhood has to halt trading in the overnight markets. He said, "I do agree, however, optics don't look the best on this." Now, whether the market moved up or down after that, I don't think is the bigger issue. The bigger issue is these 24-hour markets, they're not as liquid as the regular markets, right? These hedge funds and stock portfolio companies, they're not operating on the weekends. They're not operating on holidays. And so for them to hire people when they're already making, I guess they're making a lot, but I mean little when it comes to like the margins, but they do a lot of volume in the markets. That's how they really make money. I don't think that they're going to want to hire people to sit on the stock market all day, all night, just to make basically monitor. And obviously, AI trading tools can help with this. But the issue now is that it just seems that there's not enough liquidity in these overnight markets to deal with these massive events. What normally occurs is after market hours, if there's an event, like let's say on a Friday evening, the markets don't open till Monday, or if it's a holiday weekend, they don't open till Tuesday. And so if anything happens in the geopolitical space, in the economic space, or anything like that, in that time frame, the other markets that are open 24 hours, like crypto, you can go and adjust. And typically you'll see massive sell-offs or massive upside moves, depending on what is going on in the markets. And then once the stock market opens, then you see everything crater. And typically you can't really sell your position because everybody else is selling and all the algos are selling and all the margin calls are selling. So by the time you go to try to sell your stock, even if it's at the strike price right now of wherever the stock is from a price perspective, by the time you hit that sell button, it may have already gone down or gone higher. And so creating these 24-hour markets will give hedge funds and traders and just everyday investors the ability to get in or out of the market at any point. Now, there's positives and negatives to this. Whether they're going to do this or not, I mean, personally, I don't think that they're going to do this anytime soon. It just doesn't make sense for the large institutions to, agree to this and do it. But we will see. We will see. Let me know down below. What do you think about that? Next up, Shiba Inu has now raised $12 million in a token round for their new blockchain. And so again, a lot of money getting pumped into the crypto ecosystem and for development as we're entering this bull market. Shiba Inu, the team behind the popular namesake meme coin, raised $12 million by selling an unreleased token called Treat to non-US venture capitalists. Obviously, this is a fundraise they can't do in the US because of the SEC and other things like that. However, some of the investors, such as Mechanism Capital and Shima Capital, appear to be headquartered in the US. When questioned, Shiba Inu's lead developer, known as Satoshi Kusama, told the block that none of the investors are based in the US, though full entity names may not be disclosed. Shiba Inu began raising the round a few months ago and concluded it earlier in April. The founder declined to comment on valuation, but a source with direct knowledge of the matter said that it was tranched round, with each tranche occurring of valuations of $75 million, $100 million, and $200 million respectively. And so they said that the token round comprises both pre-seed and seed rounds. This Treat token, according to Shiba Inu, serves as the utility and governance token of the new privacy layer 3 blockchain, which is being built on the Shibarium, which is the Ethereum layer 2 blockchain for Shiba Inu's ecosystem. Treat will be the final non-stable token for the Shiba Inu ecosystem, adding that the ecosystem will introduce new token called Shi later this year. The ecosystem's existing tokens include Shib, the Shiba Inu meme coin, Bone, the Shibarium governance token, and Leash, a fixed supply token held by Shiba Inu's loyal users that provide them with benefits and perks, such as Bone rewards. And so you guys can see, even in the meme coin ecosystem, there's growth and development and a lot of money getting pumped into it. And I think that we're going to see that translate into the price and valuation later down the road in the bull market. When, at what point, I don't know. I mean, I think that the meme coins are going to be kind of based on previous cycles, right? Based on the 2021 cycle, we saw the meme coins pumping towards the end of the cycle, right? Their main pump was in May of 2021. And so that was right in between the March pump and also the end of the cycle, September to November pump. And Dogecoin never went higher than it did in May. So that's kind of in between the first major crypto pump and the final major crypto pump. Why do I think that occurred at that point? Well, if you look at Dogecoin in particular, even Shiba Inu you could look at as well. What is interesting is that, or what I think happened, is people were making a lot of money in a lot of these crypto assets in the first pump, which happened around February, March of 2021. And then people started offloading or selling their coins for profit. And then they were rotating into these meme coins for like kind of last shot. And then once they pumped into the meme coins and whatever other coins also pumped around May of 2021, we saw another rotation out of the meme coin back into the layer 1s and layer 2 coins, the major cryptos, and those started pumping as well. So if you notice, selling, a lot of people view as selling into dollars, but it doesn't necessarily mean selling into dollars. It could just mean rotating into another currency, because that is what selling effectively is. You're either converting your crypto into another currency or converting your crypto into dollar, but it's the same thing effectively, right? It's just one store of value versus another store of value. Which one do you think is going to be the safest store of value, or potentially also improve on price in that area? Anyway, talking about other aspects of the crypto market where I believe there is huge growth potential is the Bitcoin mining stocks. Now that we're post-halving, I'm even more bullish than I was pre-halving. Now, granted, we may go through a period of time where these Bitcoin mining stocks do not do that well. But at the end of the day, I mean, we are literally at multi-year lows in a lot of these newer mining companies. You can see the GRYP mining. This is a fairly new one that we've been talking about a lot on this channel, under $100 million market cap. And now we're hearing from the CEO who wrote on X The share buyback program authorization that GRYP just announced demonstrates the board and management's team confidence in Gryphon's strategy and commitment to shareholder value creation while maintaining a balanced approach to capital allocation moving forward. And effectively, this is from the announcement that Gryphon Mining announced a stock repurchasing program, aka a stock buyback. Machine upgrade program is completed ahead of schedule and more. So let's read through their press release and understand a little bit more about what this means. Gryphon Mining, the leading Bitcoin mining company that is independently certified to be 100% renewable and pursuing a negative carbon strategy, is pleased to announce a new share buyback program authorized by the board of directors and the completion of a machine upgrade ahead of schedule. This move allows for the repurchase of up to $5 million of Gryphon common stock, underscoring its ongoing commitment to enhancing shareholder value. Now, you guys may be saying, well, Gryphon, a $5 million buyback, that's not that big. But if you take the market cap, $55 million, this is 10% of the market cap of the crypto, or I should say of the stock. So they're buying back over, I don't know what period of time yet, about 10% of their entire stock. So what is that going to actually do for the price? I think that this is actually a very bullish signal. I could be wrong. And don't make investment choices based on what I say. As always, anything that we talk about in this channel is just my opinion, my strategy, and my thesis on the market. And I could be wrong about anything and everything that I say. So make sure you guys do your own research. Don't make investment choices based on what I say. I could be wrong. And also give the video a free thumbs up and also hit that subscribe button. So the CEO and director of Gryphon Mining said this share buyback program authorization demonstrates the board management team confidence in Gryphon's strategy and commitment to shareholder value creation while maintaining a balanced approach to capital allocation moving forward. They affirm our track record of ranking at the top of the peer Bitcoin efficiency charts throughout our operational excellence and being among the lowest cost producers of Bitcoin, where they are producing Bitcoin around $18,200 per coin back in 2023. He said our dedication towards shareholder friendliness or friendly decisions is relentless. The authorization of a share buyback program is a key initiative that we expect to create long-term value for shareholders. In an industry where share sales are common, Gryphon is showing that the share capital management goes both ways. This buyback program does not obligate the company to purchase any particular number of shares, and there's no guarantee as to exact number of shares that will be repurchased. The program may be suspended, modified, or ended at any time for any reason. The CEO said, we've completed our miner upgrade program ahead of schedule, which is set to significantly boost our operational efficiency. Our previously announced batch of Bitmain 200 terahash per second miners were ordered to replace a portion of our older fleet of machines that are now deployed. This improvement is expected to add approximately 23 petahash per second to our hashing power to improve our average fleet efficiency to 28.5 joules per terahash. Gryphon self-mining hardware now stands at approximately 0.94 exahashes per second. So they're just under 1 exahash per second. Anything over 1 exahash is kind of like a mega mining company in the world. I don't necessarily know on the stock market, but you guys kind of get it. And then here are some conferences that they're going to be at. This is not that important to me, but the bottom line is what these Bitcoin mining companies are doing. You know, if we look at previous cycles, which we've done on this channel, and we just compare Gryphon, where they are in the cycle, where they are from a fleet maintenance perspective compared to where other blockchain, or I should say other Bitcoin mining companies were, like Marathon and Riot. Guys, there is huge growth potential here. I don't know how much more excited I have to be about it. The Bitcoin mining stocks, I think, are going to do incredibly well. If you look at a company like Riot Platforms, last cycle, it went from 40 cents to $45, which is an over 100x. And so I'm not saying that Gryphon is going to do that. Obviously, I hope Gryphon does do this, along with other smaller Bitcoin mining companies like SDIG, Stronghold. I know a lot of people are very bearish on Stronghold. There's some financial back and forth that's been going on with Stronghold. We also have Grid, which is GRIID. It's also another microcap Bitcoin mining company. And so again, I believe in diversification. So I'd rather have a combination of all of these that are kind of in the same market cap and have the same potential in terms of market appreciation. And just kind of, let's see. I know there's a lot of people watch my videos that they're like, no, I'm just going to put it all in Gryphon, or I'm going to put it all in Grid, or I'm going to put it all in Marathon Digital, or whatever. I mean, if you believe that it's going to go 30, 40x, and you think the other ones are going to go 30, 40x as well, I don't know that these small or diversifying your position is going to make that big of a deal to the negative side. I actually think it's going to be positive. And so we'll see what Gryphon does. Again, $5 million of stock buybacks is what they announced this time. Maybe we'll hear a future buyback program in the future based on where the market goes. So that combined with their 100% renewable energy, combined with Gryphon's low cost of mining Bitcoin, combined with their plans for expansion, extremely bullish. Let me know what you guys think about that. And again, we talked about Stronghold a little bit. Their CEO just did an interview with Anthony Pompliani the other day, and maybe it's worth a listen, because I think that these Bitcoin mining companies, especially under 100 mil, are going to receive a lot of funding to expand their operations, because there's only so much bigger Riot Platforms or Marathon Digital can get. Granted, they can get much bigger, but these small micro cap companies have more potential to grow at a faster pace because they're so small, getting to where Marathon or Riot Platforms are at. Riot Platforms or Marathon Digital doubling their fleet of mining machines is going to be much more difficult compared to a Stronghold, a Grid, or a Gryphon. Anyway, moving right along, CELO blockchain, which we've been talking about a lot recently, especially since USDC just recently launched natively on the CELO blockchain. And I'm going to be doing a separate video on this channel exploring CELO. Is it a good investment? Is it a millionaire maker? And if you guys haven't already noticed on my channel, we're posting a lot of these videos on a lot of the different ecosystems that you guys want to explore and want to learn more about and want to know whether it is a good or a bad investment from my opinion. That way it can help you kind of make your own decisions for your own investment portfolio based on some of the things that we discuss, right? And probably goes into a lot of the other research that you're doing outside of this channel as well. But yes, CELO is one of these chains that are very interesting and I think have potential because of everything that's been going on over the bear market. CELO continues to build, right? They have Google on their network validating blocks. They have USDC native on the chain. And while CELO is a fairly small, like a small crypto from a or I should say from a market cap perspective, let's see exactly where it is. CELO number 156, and it's about 464 million, so under $500 million. So that is what I consider a micro cap crypto. Now, they chose Optimism after basically exploring all of the different layer twos over the last few months to decide what they're going to do with their chain. The primary developer behind the CELO blockchain has been on the hunt since last year for the technology for their planned layer 2 network on top of Ethereum. And the selection process turned into a surprisingly competitive bake-off between leading providers of these layer 2s. Well, just this past week, the team officially proposed using the Optimism OP stack for the transition. The proposal will be discussed on a couple of community calls and then go to a vote among CELO holders under their chain governance rules. C Labs, CELO's developer, spent the last couple of months evaluating technical proposals from various layer 2 teams on why they may be the best fit for the new blockchain. The big idea is that the CELO team sees more prosperous future as part of the broader Ethereum blockchain ecosystem as a layer 2 than its current form as a standalone layer 1 chain. When they originally announced that they would migrate to layer 2, they originally suggested choosing the OP stack. That's where the team ended up back at 8 months after the initial announcement, following extensive consideration. The team's at CELO co-founder and president of the CELO Foundation said, "We know a lot more than we knew back 8 months ago when we first started really zooming in on this. I'm very happy we didn't just make a decision last year, but we did all the due diligence." So again, another blockchain is choosing another offshoot of Ethereum as a layer 2. And that, from the first perspective, it just shows how powerful the Ethereum ecosystem and how powerful these offshoots in the Ethereum ecosystem are. Arbitrum, Solana, Optimism, these are all offshoots of Ethereum effectively. And these newer generation chains that have a lot more growth potential and are developing in a very different way than generation 1, 2, and some generation 3 blockchains operate. and developed. And this is why we're seeing accelerated growth in CELO. I do own CELO. I've increased my position in CELO. I probably will continue to do so throughout 2024, especially at these prices, right? Under $500 million. So even if we just 10x from here, we're still under $5 billion. And again, if we look at the rest of crypto to understand just how small under 5 billion is. Basically, the top 20 are over 5 billion. Everything outside the top 20 is basically at or under 5 billion. These are stable coins, so you can't really count them. So it's really Uniswap after the top 20. So this just shows that CELO is nowhere even near the top cryptos currently. It has a lot of potential to grow. And there's companies, there's projects, and there's validators that are choosing CELO to build on. And now optimism is going to accelerate, I would imagine, and also grow through the use of CELO, right? If CELO is living on optimism, and optimism is the base layer, the settlement layer, they're going to be getting transactions. So as CELO grows, so does optimism. This is why we've seen Ethereum grow at such a rapid pace, because it has so much built on top of it. So if you think about Polygon and all of Polygon's success, well, that's part of Ethereum as well. And while all this is going on, the Cardano ecosystem continues to be at a standstill. And by the way, if you're watching this video, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. The Cardano community loves to come on and downvote the only content that is being talked about Cardano, but it is neither here nor there. We are making investment decisions based on our beliefs and our research about these projects. I could be wrong about anything and everything that I say on this channel, so you have to do your own research, and what's right for your investment portfolio and strategy may not be what's right for mine. And so this idea that like I have to cover Cardano and I have to cover Cardano in a positive light, this is just absolute nonsense. And since I made the decision to switch the content from primarily Cardano content to non, we've blocked hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of accounts. And as these accounts get blocked, other ones pop up and they're saying the same exact thing that the previous one was saying. And these are not retail investors. These are not everyday users. These are bots. And clearly, and this is, by the way, this is just from a social media side of things, right? From a development side, Cardano is behind. I think that even if you're in Cardano and don't believe that Cardano is behind in terms of development, you're not looking at it objectively. And what you have is probably called BAG-ITIS. And so Lark Davis, who's a prominent crypto YouTuber, 1.2 million followers on X, he wrote this: I love Cardano, but there's two things that I want you guys to hear in this video. One, the preface before he says that he's not investing in Cardano. No other ecosystem, no other crypto, no other investment in the world, period, do you have to beg for forgiveness before you say, I'm not holding the coin, right? I mean, just me talking about Cardano in this video, the video is going to get probably 20% downvote from these Cardano bots who are going to say, but Cryptoviser, you're just complaining. Cardano is the best technology. And it's like, clearly it's not, right? There's no USDC. There's very little usage of the blockchain. And from an investability standpoint, it's not. If you think it's investable, go buy as much ADA as you want. Nobody on this channel cares. You can buy 100% of Cardano in your portfolio. We don't care, right? It's not going to change our investment thesis because you like Cardano. And for some reason, I don't know, it's so exhausting. And guys, I'm one YouTuber with a very small following. If I'm feeling this, every other venture capital has felt this who's mentioned Cardano. This is why Mark Cuban, this is why a lot of these other billionaires, Mike Novogratz, they don't even mention Cardano anymore, right? And the same thing is starting to happen with YouTube. I still discuss it because Cardano is still part of the top 50 cryptos. And I think that it's important to still cover what's going on. But guys, like this idea that like all these YouTubers are just going to keep putting up with all the shit that the Cardano community, anytime you mention Cardano, and I listen to what he says and how he says it. If I what is it called? Divested, basically sold my Ethereum. And I came on this channel and said, I sold my Ethereum. People will be like, okay, interesting strategy, Cryptoviser. I don't necessarily agree with you, but it's an interesting strategy. By the way, I don't hold Ethereum right now. There's no issue with it. But with Cardano, for some reason, people have to beg. Like, Cardano community. We love Cardano. We love Charles. We love Cardano Foundation. But, it's not investable at this time. But we love you guys. We love you guys. It's like, come on, guys. The coin is not investable. And there's nothing the Cardano community is doing to fix that, right? They're just saying, oh no, we won our blockchain of the world award. It's like, you guys brigaded people in a Telegram poll to become the best blockchain in the world. And there was like 4,000 votes. Is that really the best blockchain in the world? Like, we need to be realistic. We're in the bull market. We're in the post-halving period. And so all of that happened in 2017, in 2020, where you could pump a coin just by saying, oh, well, we did this. That's not happening anymore, guys. We're in a new cycle. I've been saying this for months now. Most of you guys get it because the majority of my viewers are really good investors from what I've gathered, from what you guys comment, and also thumbs up these videos. But there is a large cohort that I think, and it's not just Cardano, guys, it's also XRP. There is, based on my channel analytics, there's zero interest in XRP, zero. Toncoin, same thing. There's no interest in Toncoin. Is it going to stay in the top 10? Maybe, maybe not. I would say probably more likely not, just because there's not that much excitement. But anyway, let's get back to this video. I went on a huge tangent. I know you guys like tangents, but let's listen to what Lark Davis says about loving Cardano, but let's listen in.
But I really, really think that Cardano, it's got this great community behind it. Charles Hoskinson's obviously a great frontman, and I wish Cardano all the best, but I wouldn't be buying it right now personally. Having held it before, having made like 50x returns on it, it was great. Love it. Love Cardano. Big shout out to Cardano and all the money it made me. Love it. But right now, I feel like the risk reward is not fantastic on Cardano. And I know Cardano heads are going to melt down over this and say I'm the worst person in the world. Guys, I'm just being honest with you here, okay? If you can't look at this and have this honest conversation with yourself, then you have BAG-ITIS. I'm sorry to tell you. But I look at it right now and say, well, risk reward, it's the top 11 coin, but the TVL is way lower than a lot of coins with lower market cap. But I really, really think that Cardano, it's got this great community behind.
So yeah, that's what Lark Davis says. And I love what he said, BAG-ITIS. And that is totally true, guys. It's not just in Cardano's community. Like I said, the XRP community, they have BAG-ITIS as well. They're like, oh, just a few more weeks, guys, a few more weeks, and we're going to pump into oblivion. It's like, based on what? Like, what? Why is XRP going to pump into oblivion? Oh, because it's not a security anymore. Yeah, but it was deemed not a security last year in 2023. We're now in 2024. People are going to say, but Cryptoviser, it's because the XRP lawsuit is not fully over yet. Okay, but it's about to be, and XRP is still not moving. Oh, but Cryptoviser, Ripple is going to IPO. Yeah, but how is that going to benefit you as a holder of XRP? Ripple is not XRP. They've made that very clear in their website. This is one of the reasons that XRP is not a security, because there is some separation from the company and the coin. But Cryptoviser. Like, you want to hold XRP? Go for it. You want to hold Cardano? Go for it. But I agree with what Lark Davis is saying, right? From a technical standpoint, from a sustainability standpoint, and from a metric standpoint, it's not investable. I did really well in my holding of Cardano as well, like Lark Davis said that he did. But that doesn't mean that the same thing is going to happen this cycle. Another very vocal critic of Cardano, this user on X, said, saw a decent amount of cope after my Cardano tweet. So here's a follow-on. Fees generated by, and by the way, the tweet that she's referring to is this. That says, without emissions, the Cardano staking rewards should be 0.017%. Do you think that will be enough to secure the chain? Here's a history of the 7-day average daily fees. Effectively, what she's saying is the emissions, which is, from my understanding, the treasury or the maximum supply funding the staking ecosystem, because in other ecosystems like Ethereum and Bitcoin, their validators or node operators or staking ecosystems are paid by transaction fees. But Cardano does not have any transaction fees, or they're very low. It's like 1 ADA per transaction, so it's nothing. And so there's been talk about that this is going to change in the future, that there's going to be a fee schedule for Cardano, but it's still not implemented. And so users and holders of the coin need to be able to understand that the staking ecosystem, which is also, by the way, paying very, very low. When I'm recording this video, you can see that Cardano's staking rewards is under 3%. In the top 10, there's only 2 or 3 blockchains under 3%, and that's Cardano and Binance. Now, Cardano and Ethereum's staking rewards are very similar, to 3% and 3.23%, right? But it's still very low. And keep in mind, Ethereum's rewards are being funded by the ecosystem itself through transaction fees. Cardano's is being subsidized by the maximum supply, aka the treasury, funding the staking ecosystem. And what Vanessa is saying here is, without that subsidy, the staking rewards would be basically almost 0.02%, 0.02%, which is clearly nobody's going to be staking in Cardano for that, right? So she said a follow-up is fees generated by cryptocurrency compared with Cardano. Bitcoin's 7-day average for fees is 2,100 times higher than Cardano's. Ethereum's 7-day average is 600 times higher than Cardano. Polygon, with a market cap 1/3 of Cardano, is 4.5 times higher than Cardano. Osmosis, which we've been talking about a lot recently, which also has very high rewards for staking, with a market cap 1/30th the market cap of Cardano, has 3.5 times higher fees than Cardano. And Solana, it's even worse, right? Solana's like, I think, 500 times higher than Cardano. So while Cardano's not making fees to be able to pay the stakers and the stake pool operators, essentially it's being subsidized. And so almost everything in the Cardano ecosystem to date is being subsidized by these coins that are not yet in circulation. And so when you add coins to circulation to pay for the development of the project, every other coin holder gets diluted. Every other holder. Nobody in the Cardano ecosystem talks about this except for right here on the Cryptoviser podcast. We've covered this extensively when we've gone through the metrics of Cardano and showed the inflation rate at 1.5 billion ADA per year. And so if you hold Cardano just for 4 years, that means in that time frame, Cardano will inflate by around 6 billion ADA. That's like fairly substantial number. And especially when we're not seeing the value creation within the Cardano ecosystem. Cardano's very behind on the fees, on smart contracts, on interoperability, on stablecoin issuance, etc. And the Cardano community will just say, but Cryptoviser, we have Degen and we have Mahan. And again, it just goes right back to what Lark Davis saying. They got BAG-ITIS. They have BAG-ITIS. And I don't know why the developers are so against implementing these technologies that will bring Cardano up to speed with every other ecosystem. This is where blockchain is going. I mean, we've covered CELO. Nobody's paying attention to CELO, and look at what CELO's doing. CELO has the potential to enter the top 10. Internet computer, we've showed you the AI compute that they already have, the interoperability through chain key or chain fusion technology that they already have and already have implemented, and the immense growth that we're probably going to see in these ecosystems. How can anybody who's holding XRP or Cardano justify these positioning in the top 10 and say that they're going to maintain this position in the top 10? I believe it's impossible, especially when Dogecoin and Toncoin, which, I mean, there's no real usage of either. They've already flipped Cardano and they're about to flip XRP. And you have other ecosystems like Avalanche, like Chainlink, like Near Protocol, Internet Computer, Polygon. These, even Aptos that we've been talking about a lot recently, Mantle Network, Render Protocol. These all have AI compute, gaming compute live on chain already. And, from a sustainability standpoint, it just is what it is. And so it is sad. It is really sad that this is the cycle that we're in with Cardano, but it is what it is. We're now post-halving. I'm not personally, it doesn't, at this point, from an investability standpoint, it doesn't matter what Cardano ecosystem does. I am not investing into this cycle because it's not investable. We're too late in the cycle to already start. This is the same shit that happened last cycle. We were told Goguen was going to be the smart contract release of Cardano. Goguen launched in September of 2021. The first dApp wasn't released until 2022. And there was a lot of issues with those releases, and there was not a lot of usage. And I believe a lot of that was because we were rotating into the bear market. So they're releasing products in the rotation into the bear market. nobody's excited about it because everyone's worried about their bags. And now we're in another cycle and people's bags dumped. And everybody's saying that we're going to go back to all-time record highs. We may not. I mean, XRP, I don't see how XRP is going to hit an all-time record high. There's no institutional interest. There's no retail interest. There's no interoperability. There's no stablecoin implementation. And Ripple doesn't care about XRP. Same kind of situation here. Anyway, I think I vented enough on this video. But yeah, I mean, guys, we're going into May. We're now post-halving 2024, right? And moving forward, we are going to be focusing on a lot of these chains, a lot of these Bitcoin mining companies, and we're going to be following where the flows of money are moving. Because when we hit 10x's, 15x's, 20x's on this channel, we want to rotate into other assets that are underperforming, that can then, as those overperforming assets start to decrease or correct, the other ones that are underperforming hopefully will increase. But there's a lot of coins that I dumped in my portfolio, and I cannot see how I'm going to repick these coins up. Stellar is another example. Like it is the most underperforming coin over the last 4 years. And I thought that it would do well as we were approaching the 2024 cycle, and clearly it didn't. And that was a terrible move because I had a lot of money in Stellar for a long time, and it just didn't perform, right? It negatively performed. And so I could have had that in other assets like Solana that did extremely better, and I didn't. But we're not going to let this happen. We can have a few bad trades. You only need one good trade. You only need one good one to make your whole cycle worth it, right? And so having diversified portfolio and having multiple winners, that just advances the journey to retirement, to wealth generation and wealth preservation. And so hopefully you guys enjoy this kind of video. Hopefully you guys enjoy the exploration of newer ecosystems like the Shibarium. I have a video coming out on that. CELO, I have a video coming out on that. It may already be out if you haven't already seen it. And we're going to keep doing this. Let me know what other coins you want to see down below in the comments. Also give the video a free thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and I'll see you guys tomorrow right here on the channel. Invest responsibly and crypto on.